Hello and welcome to IIFL Markets. I am Shweta Papriwal, and today in our Leaders Speak series, we have Mr. Arun Misra, who is the CEO of Hindustan Zinc. Welcome, Mr. Misra. It's a pleasure to have you grace our listeners today.
Thank you, Shweta.
सर, तो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं ये जानने के लिए कि आपका ओवरऑल जिंक इंडस्ट्री पे क्या आउटलुक है, उसका करंट एंड फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स कैसा रहेगा जिंक का, और ऑल्सो इफ यू कैन ऑल्सो टेल अस अबाउट द टेक्नोलॉजीज फॉर गैल्वेनाइजेशन, करोजन एंड पोस्ट पैंडेमिक टर्न अराउंड इन द जिंक मार्केट.
सो ओवरऑल इफ आप अगर देखिएगा तो ग्लोबली जो डाउन टर्न आया था FY20 में, सो इट इज नाउ स्लोली स्टार्टेड टर्निंग बैक, स्पेशली US वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम, यूरोप का वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम हैज बीन सक्सेसफुल. दे हैव गॉन अहेड एंड प्लेड football cups as well with a lot of gatherings. So things are looking up, and it gives a lot of confidence to customers across the globe. In India, the attack of wave 2 had suddenly impacted domestic demand, but हम लोग जैसे अभी last month of June we have observed कि slowly domestic demands are coming back. This is also globally best time for metal industry, in the sense there is a rally going on in metals and commodity prices across the globe, partly because of everybody trying to come back quickly and trying to catch up with the lost opportunity. So suddenly the steel plants are all producing. Auto sector also has just started seeing little bit of green shoot and moving forward. So I am sure that the need for galvanization will be there, and zinc demand will also grow. We have seen the Indian domestic demand grown considerably in June compared to May.
Right.
So June it has come back to almost similar levels of last year. Not last year, last to last year, pre-pandemic levels. And governments are in a way to boost people's income, will be spending more on infrastructure. And this is not only India, even US also. Biden is struggling with that $1 trillion of infrastructure bill. Every government across the globe has to spend on infrastructure so that large scale employment can happen, money can go to people's pocket, which will then further increase the demand for other consumable goods. So keeping that in mind, India also will spend in infrastructure, which can be upgradation of railway network, bridges, road, all the road crash barriers, high-speed roadways, more development in ports. And as long as that keeps happening, there is a huge opportunity for zinc galvanizations. Also, the real estate sector is now slowly moving to galvanized rebars into construction, because people's aspirations for good quality houses are also becoming very real, and people are ready to spend a little bit more for a good quality living, good quality houses and all that. So looking at that, I'm very upbeat about the zinc demand coming back. Globally, demand is stable, and the prediction is 3 to 4% growth in demand will happen across the globe, including India.
राइट सर, तो जैसे कि आपने बताया कि लास्ट ईयर ये पैंडेमिक के कारण सभी पर इम्पैक्ट हुआ था, तो हिंदुस्तान जिंक ने किस टाइप के रिलीफ एफर्ट्स लिए कोविड पैंडेमिक के टाइम पे अपने एम्प्लॉइज और ओवरऑल सोसाइटी के लिए?
So इस बार wave 2, wave 1 was none of us knew कि wave 1 में actually होगा क्या. So we took the normal measures, which is like working from home, restricting people's footfall, sanitization, because vaccine was nowhere in sight. So it was more of precautionary measures and spreading the infection. So identification of people, segregating into small groups. So those were the major work. However, in wave 2, it was much more dangerous, and immediately we were stuck with no oxygen around in the hospital. So we opened up our oxygen plant and started supplying oxygen to the hospitals, in liquid oxygen in the hospitals around in Udaipur and area of mines. And then we installed oxygen bottling plants, because if you recall, by just supplying liquid oxygen, you are not able to help, because people finally need oxygen in the cylinders. Right. So immediately overnight, we put up bottling plants. So all the empty bottles from the hospitals around our places of work would come to our Hindustan Zinc bottling plant. We would refill and again send them back to hospitals. And it was a great effort recognized by the Chief Minister of Rajasthan as well, that because of us, all the hospitals not only had liquid oxygen, also had oxygen-filled cylinders to immediately cater to the patients. Then we started the vaccination drive the moment vaccination was available. And by now, we are all in Hindustan Zinc itself. We have done more than 35,000 people have been vaccinated. That includes 100% of workmen, including contract workmen and employees, own employees. And some of them are also the family members. Our target is 100,000 vaccination to vaccinate everybody in the ecosystem, the family members, contract workers, people living nearby, ourselves, and to do that so that we can make this entire ecosystem resistant to the disease.
Sir, if you could kindly throw some light on the innovation and technology measures that are driving sustainability at Hindustan Zinc.
So we are one of the world's most modern underground mines, right? And you cannot survive in today's world doing underground mining without applying huge amount of technology.
Right.
First and foremost, this is only mine in India which applies paste fill technology. After you take out the ore, that area, that emptiness that gets created has to be filled back. And we fill back using paste filling technology. Each of these paste fill plants are a huge technology by itself, and India is only one. No other mine in India has so much of paste filling technology available. Then we have our mines are almost 90% Wi-Fi enabled inside the mine, so that the equipment that run, they can communicate through the Wi-Fi to the central control tower, where we can have visibility of everything that is happening in the underground. Not only that, the equipment themselves can communicate among each other. At the same time, some of the equipment can be run from the surface. Sitting on surface, we can do amount of what we call bogging operation in the stopes, that you take the material out by using the loader from the surface itself. You don't have to go down. The drills you can put the programs on. The drills can position themselves and drill all by themselves. All our underground mines the ventilations are all with absolutely electronically controlled. And also we have got a very good facility for monitoring the environmental compliance at all the mines online by applying digital technology. Some of the sensors that we have are not physical sensors. The sensors have been made by putting in artificial intelligence around various parameters. And that intelligence says that looking at these 10 parameters, something is going wrong or something is going right.
Right. So while you were speaking about the commodity cycle and the rally in the commodity prices, I would like to understand your outlook on silver going ahead.
So silver currently market is a bit depressed domestically because of the high prices, and also because of the pandemic. People are not going out, social occasions are not happening, marriages are restricted. So the Indian main consumption, which is in the jewelry segment, is a little bit depressed. And also when the employment opportunities are less, people try to encash whatever they have. And Indian citizens are one of the largest household savings in terms of gold and silver, and which people must be now encashing to make a living and to get their days going by. So looking at that, the current situation is depressed on the silver, although the prices globally are high, but the demand is not there. But as the market reopens after the pandemic, and suddenly in the marriage season comes in, you will find more and more jewelry demand. There will be a spurt in demand. At the same time, there is a huge push from Government of India, rest of the world, to become more and more sustainable in the energy sector.
Right.
And the need for more and more solar power will go as the days go by. You must be hearing the big Indian corporates before the COP26, which is supposed to happen this year. So they have already in the spree of, in their AGMs, they're talking about ESG. They are all talking about making their energy supply coal free and more in a mix of renewable between solar and wind energy. And if that be the case, maximum amount of silver application in solar will happen. And if India becomes a manufacturing hub, the consumption of silver will go high. As far as Hindustan Zinc is concerned, we are about 10 to 12% of Indian consumption we will supply. So as far as our customer base is concerned, that remains intact. Only more and more silver that we produce, I hope it gets more consumed in industry sector rather than jewelry sector, because that will create more quality jobs for the people, and it will also result in more mobility in terms of mobile phones that we use. They consume a lot of silver, very fast or low resistance connectivity in electrical, as well as solar power, solar cells that get manufactured.
Right. So your views on the overall mining industry and the new mineral policy, how do you see the state of Rajasthan benefiting from it?
Rajasthan has abundant amount of minerals inside. Government has to only make it open and bring them up for auction. Whereas the states like Orissa has gone ahead and auctioned lots of iron ore and coal blocks and things like that. Rajasthan has a lot of properties, and it has a properties for all kinds of corporate interests. There are SMEs, small industries which can participate in small marble mines and stone mines and gemstone mines. And whereas there are others like us who can participate in big metal portions, whatever iron ore Rajasthan has, huge amount of zinc, lead, silver are still there around all the places of the mines that we have. Just carve them out as blocks and immediately start, auctioning. That is the only way to go. And the more and more they alert, the more and more investment will come in. But you have to ensure that the entire process of handing over mines is very smooth and very quick, because time is the essence. If we lose 2-3 years in this process, who knows after 3 years what will be the shape of global economy and which metals they will. It's a very quick process has to be done.
Correct. So thank you so much, Mr. Mishra, for taking the time out and briefing us about the company and the outlook on metal industry. We thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. So nice talking to you.
Same here, sir.